In this video, I want to start working on our stamina regeneration. So currently, if I was to hit play and then just start, sprinting around, once we run out of stamina, actually, let's go ahead and show debug ability system. We can see our stamina is at 60. And I keep running around and it hits 0. So I want it to start accumulating only when we're not sprinting. So to begin, let's go to our SKG zombies, effects. Nope, that's the wrong folder. Core, gas, effects. We'll do player. So let's go ahead and we have our sprint cost, jump cost, and such. Let's make a new folder called movement and throw our sprint and jump in there. So next up, we want to add a new gameplay effect that will regenerate our stamina. So let's go to our, I'm being blind. Actually, let's just duplicate the sprint cost, because why not? And call it stamina regeneration. So in here, we don't really want it to be instant. We want it to be infinite. And for the modifiers, we want it to modify stamina, so that's correct. And for the modifier of magnitude, we are doing -10. So in our case, we can do something like 1. It just kind of depends on what the rate is that we want this to run. So we don't want it to run, too crazy fast. So just for the sake of testing, let's just set the period to 1, and we'll set the increase, also to 1. All right. So once we have that, let's go to our player. I'm being blind. Yeah, this player. Go to our player state. And we have our starting effects of init player stats. Let's see, where do we do our... Actually, we don't have any regeneration. So let's go ahead and add a starting effect of the stamina regeneration. And we could also make this a generic stats regeneration, gameplay effect if we wanted to. We can still control things separately, but they're going to be running on the same interval. So it's just kind of one of those it depends cases. But let's go ahead and add our stamina regeneration. Look at our debug, and we can see our stamina is going up by 1 every second. And likewise, when we start sprinting, yeah, it's going down, but it is also still regenerating. So we have two things that we want to do. First off, we want to, well, not necessarily first, but we want to clamp our stamina between 0 and 100. Second off, we want to go ahead and make it to where when we are sprinting, our stamina will not regenerate. So to begin, let's go ahead and head over to our attributes, which I think we did here. Yeah, zombie player attribute set. And we haven't overridden anything, but if we go to the U attribute set, there is some stuff regarding like pre-gameplay effect execute, pre-attribute change, post-attribute change, base change, so on and so forth. And we can kind of read the comments to see, which one did we want. Now, I don't remember. I haven't read these in quite a while, so I'm going to read them really quick and come back. Okay, so from reading, we're going to want pre-attribute base change. So this is called before any modification happens to an attribute's base value, and this function should enforce clamping. And this also assumes you are presuming you wish to clamp the base value along the final value in pre-attribute change. Should not invoke. Yeah. Well, you can read it yourself. But basically, we want to override the pre-attribute base change. And in here, we want to do our clamping. So if the attribute equals get stamina attribute, then we want to go ahead and set our, basically just clamp the new value. So new value equals fmath clamp, and we want to clamp between 0 in our case, we want to clamp new value between 0 and get max, or what was it, get stamina. Do we not have a stamina max? No, we do not. So in our case, we're just going to do 0 and 100. So we're likely going to want to change this over to add a stamina max. So consider stamina max. And we are also going to want to do something similar at some point for the health, because if we ever decide to say add Juggernog, what we can do is we can increase our max health from 100 to, I think it's like 250 with Jug, and then whenever we, lose health, or not lose health, lose our Jug, we can revert that right back down to 100. So basically just putting that out there. So for the time being, let's go ahead and recompile, relaunch, and just make sure that we can't go beyond 100 for our stamina. Okay, so back in the editor, let's go ahead, hit play, show our stamina, and we can see it is locked at 100. So if I sprint, it's going back up, and it should just basically cap out at, 100. Like so. So now we just have to worry about the other things. You can see it's going up as we are losing stamina. So we're constantly regenerating stamina. Obviously, we don't want that. So the way we can do this is, let's go to our gameplay effect and go to components. We want required tags to apply/continue this effect. And we want the ongoing tag requirements. So in our case, we need must not have tags of sprinting. So when we start sprinting, we want to grant us a sprinting tag. Then that's going to automatically be plugged into here. Well, not automatically, but we are going to plug it into here. So whenever the player has the sprinting tag, we do not want to have any sort of regeneration applied. So let's head over to where we have our tags. So core module, data, tags, we have our ability input tags, all that kind of stuff, gameplay effect, blah, blah, blah. And let's see. Maybe we have trying to think where we have our state. Duh, it's in our state tags. So let's add a state for sprinting. Nailed the braces. Okay, let's go to the CPP. And same thing, state.sprinting. It's probably not the worst idea to also, I don't know if we're going to have this or not, but move our, what's the word? Can't think of it. Subcategorize this to where we have state.movement.sprinting, state. Health.dead.downed, so on and so forth. So that's another good idea to, do. But that can also be done later. It's just going to make it more difficult to do later. But I also don't think we're going to have really many more states, so I'm not too concerned about it. So now let's go back to our gameplay ability sprint. I want to go to the U gameplay ability. Actually, I want to look at let's go to the constructor, go to set asset tags, because there's another type of tag that is specific to what I'm looking for. But it's basically the granted tags. Drawback being, this class is quite large. So let me try to search for it really quick and see what I find. Alrighty. So what we want is the activation owned tags. So as you can see by the comment, tags to apply to the activating owner while this ability is active. So anytime we activate this ability, so we start sprinting, the tags we'd add in here will be added to our ability system. So let's go to gameplay ability sprint. And we want to do activation own tags.add. We'll just do add tag fast. Not really sure what the difference between add tag and add tag fast is, but we want to pass in the tag underscore state sprinting. So once we have that, let's go ahead, compile, relaunch, and it should no longer, once we plug it in, it should no longer regenerate while we're actually sprinting. Okay, back in the editor. Here we have our stamina regen. Let's go to the must not have tags. And we do not want to have the state sprinting. So to make this a little bit easier to see, I'm going to set the period to 0.1 and show our debug. So now if I sprint really quick, we can see it's going up fast, but the entire time I am sprinting, it is not going up until I stop, in which case it ramps right back up and we can start sprinting again. So, as a small optimization, I want to have a slower period because the more that this operation runs, the more work that has to be done to replicate it down to the client and the more processing in general that goes on. So, I'd rather change the period to something like maybe every, what would that be, like 500 milliseconds or something? So you can see it's regenerating like that, and that's a lot slower than, 0.1, so 100 milliseconds. And then we can adjust the magnitude accordingly. So I would like it to increase. I mean, we could honestly do 1 second probably, but increase by, say, maybe 10, something like that. So that would be what? Try to think of, well, this will be just something we have to tweak, honestly. But if we go down to, say, 50 stamina, you can see it goes up at a pretty decent rate. So, yeah, that's, in my opinion, not too far off. Obviously, that's something that needs to be tweaked, but it at least is functional. So next up, let's go ahead and try it as a client. Now, stamina is going to be hidden, so I'm not too worried about really any sort of prediction accuracy, but let's start sprinting. It goes down, we stop sprinting, and it again just starts going up. And when we run out, same thing, we start to regenerate, where we can start sprinting again. So we have that in place, and that is working well. So that's pretty much all I want to do there. I'm not too worried about much else. So I'm going to consider our sprinting pretty much done. The only thing we're going to have to do later on, when we go through and do some polish work, is fix up the values to try to match something that we would want. So with that out of the way, I will see you in the next video. If you like what I'm doing and you want to help support me, you can find a link to my Patreon in the description below, where you can also get early access to this entire series.